Hi, I'm Gena. Today, I'm going to be walking you through how to integrate multimodal models into your pipelines in Pipeline Builder. Specifically, we're going to be looking at images of ships and trying to detect which ones have cargo and which ones don't. Before we get started, a quick word from our founder.
Discover how Palantir customers unlock more value from Foundry and AIP thanks to our live instructor-led trainings. We are Ontologize, a group of former Palantir engineers who love teaching. We've trained thousands of Palantir users at leading organizations around the world. Unlock the full potential of your Palantir deployment by going to ontologize.com.
Starting from anywhere in Foundry, you're going to hit Control-J, and you're going to search for Pipeline Builder. So click on Pipeline Builder. Now from here, you're going to hit New Pipeline, and we're going to call this Cargo Detection. And we're going to select a location. I'm going to save it in my learning project and hit save. And then create pipeline. So I'm going to be working with a collection of images that I have saved locally. So I'm going to hit upload from computer and then choose from computer. And now all of these files are pictures of ships with and without cargo that I'm going to look at. So I'm going to select all of those and hit open. And I'm going to upload them as a media set. And hit next. And I'm going to keep the latency as batch and then hit upload. And now that's created, so we're going to hit done. So here are our images of ships, so we can see that some of them clearly have cargo and some of them don't. Now from here, we're going to hit transform. And you'll see that we only have one option here because we're working with a media set, not a data set. And so we're going to hit Convert Media Set to Table Rows. So we're going to select that. We can keep these two toggled on and then hit Apply. And now we can take a look at what this did by hitting Preview. And so what it did for us is it took our media set, and now we have the path, which was the file name. We have the media reference and then the media item RID. So this media reference column, which you'll notice is of a special type, a media reference, allows us to use media throughout Foundry, but all without duplicating the actual files. And so the other thing here is you'll notice we're sampling 5 rows. We don't have a huge media set to begin with, so instead, we can just take our full media set so that we have more choices when we're testing out our model. You can hit Apply and close. So next up, there's actually a couple of different ways to use AIP in Pipeline Builder. You can use Generate, which allows you to generate transforms using natural language. You can use Explain and to explain transforms that already exist. And we have the Use LLM option, which allows you to apply multimodal models row-wise to data sets in your pipeline. So we're going to hit Use LLM. Now you have choices here. So we're going to be going through a classification example today, but notice that you can do sentiment analysis, summarization, entity extraction, translation, or an empty prompt. Now, summarization, just to call it out, is really good for generating a nice descriptive title key for the ontology. We have all these options because each one of these options will give you essentially a template for a prompt so that you don't have to think too hard about how to write a good prompt for the type of problem that you want to solve. So we're going to be sticking with classification, but I'm going to modify the prompt a little bit after the fact. So I'm going to hit classification. And so here we have this template that we're going to use to construct our prompt. So first we have the multiplicity. So how many categories can this thing be classified into? In our case, a ship either has cargo or no cargo. So we're going to stick with that. Now for the context is shipping analysis. Now the categories are going to be cargo or no cargo. Now, which column are we classifying? We're going to be classifying the media reference column, which again references the image of the ship. Now for the model, we're going to be using GPT-4o. Temperature we can change, max tokens, stop sequences. Those are all things that you can configure here. And now, if we want to see how our prompt looks, we can hit Preview. And here, you'll see the prompt that has been constructed for us. You might notice, if you've tried out AIP logic before, that there are similarities in how we structure our prompt here, in that we have the instructions up here, and we have the input data down below. So now we're going to hit Create Prompt. In the output column, I will call the output classification. And now I'm going to click Apply. So that's my prompt. Now I'm going to tweak things a little bit. For starters, instead of no explanation, I actually would like a short explanation. So I'm going to say, then in 5 words or less, explain why you made that choice. The other thing that I'm going to do is that because all of these images are indeed ships, I find this part a bit vague. And so instead of the following user message, I'm going to change this to the provided vessel images. And now it's time to try this out. So I'm going to navigate to the input table where I can select rows that I want to try out this prompt on. And so to do that, I'm going to select 8 or so rows and then hit use rows for trial run. And now here I have my trial run interface where I can see the media reference. And here is where the model response will go once I hit run. So to see the results on this set of images, I'm going to hit run. And so here we can see our results. So let's check on this first result. So here our image is a spaceship. And so you can see that the result is no cargo, fictional spaceship, not real. Now, the next image. We can see some cargo containers. The result is it's a cargo ship because there are visible stacked shipping containers. Now here, this is an interesting one because if I look at this from far away, it does look like there are things on the boat. But what the model found is no cargo, ship sits high in the water. And again, when we look at this, we can see that none of these things really look like cargo. And all of these other ones look pretty sound to me. And so now that we're happy, we're going to hit apply and close. So at this point, it's time to deploy our outputs as a data set. So from here, you're going to hit add output, new data set. And this data set is going to be called classified vessels. And now from here, we're going to hit save and deploy. Now you're going to have an error here because we're going to have to import GPT-4o in order to use it in this pipeline. So from here, you're going to hit import and you're going to hit add references. And now we're going to hit deploy. And now our data set has built so we can go take a look at it. So we hit open. And so here's our data set, and note that because we have a media reference, we're able to see the thumbnail of the image along with the classification. Thanks for watching. We hope you found this helpful. Be sure to let us know what you want to see next in the comments.